In this episode, we reveal the life-enhancing effects of having a morning routine. With all the uncertainty going on in the world, taking control of how you show up each day has never been more important.
Even as little as 5 minutes in the morning where you centre and ground yourself will improve your physical health, your mental health, relationships, career, absolutely everything. It really is that powerful, and we're going to show you how.
Hi, I'm James Davis.
And I'm Claire Davis.
We're the Midlife Mentors, here to lift the lid on how to achieve health and happiness.
The balanced, no-nonsense way.
Welcome to another edition of the Midlife Mentors podcast with me, James.
Oh, it's back to being called an edition now.
Well, they're interchangeable. In edition, episode, instalment. And me, Claire. How are you doing? We're really excited to have you here today. So, we are talking to you today about a morning routine, a morning ritual. But before we do that, James and I are so excited to talk to you about something that's happening in 6 weeks. Beyond excited. Well, as I'm sure you're all too aware, with the current state of the world, in-person fitness retreats have not been able to happen for quite some time. In fact, it's like over a year. Our last one, we were so lucky. The last one we did was at the stunning Punta Romano in Marbella in end of March.
Yeah, kind of mid-March, just before lockdown.
Yeah. So it's quite weird looking back because COVID was kind of in the news, but no one really thought Europe would lock down the way it did. So we were lucky to get that one away. Obviously, then we've had months and months without running a fitness retreat. But we are so excited because restrictions are lifting. We're not going to chance overseas for obvious reasons yet. Hopefully towards the end of the year. But we have got our retreat in July. I mean, it's already well over half full. I think we've only got like 5 or 6 rooms left. But we've got the stunning farmhouse estate in Sussex. So it's out in the countryside. There's like peacocks and llamas wandering around.
Oh, it's just so beautiful. It's going to be like a complete reset for your body, mind and soul. You know, we've been through, all individually and collectively, a really tough time. And you know, it has taken its toll on our body, minds and souls, actually. So it's going to be the most beautiful reset you can possibly imagine. Like, we are going to be touching, obviously, on fitness, different ways to move your body, different exercises for all levels. But also we're going to be touching on nutrition, the best nutrition for you. Also on mindset strategies, but also doing some guided meditations to really bring you home to yourself and reconnect with yourself in nature. And it's in nature you are going to get. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's stunning sight. You know, those of you that haven't been on a retreat with us, like as Claire said,
it was our thing, wasn't it?
It was our thing.
10 years.
But, yeah, you're going to get. It'll be like you're basically going to spend time with us. We keep the groups really small. We won't never take more than 18, and there's obviously 2 of us as well. And we're going to introduce you to lots of ways, different ways to move your body, lots of workshops, lots of education, lots of empowerment, lots of fun.
And meeting like-minded people as well on a similar journey that have been through, you know, potentially similar things. It's coming together, it's connecting. That's what we've all missed. We really have missed connecting with people, and everyone's missed connecting with each other. So it's just going to be an amazing experience to come together, but you'll also be able to go for nice long walks, go back to your room, you know, have lots and lots of downtime to nurture yourself. And
we have got amazing food. We've got a caterer providing like a great food. We've been working on the menus for months now. So like delicious food and drum roll. I'm pleased to announce we have a tie-up, an association with granola company.
Yeah.
Roller Granola.
Low sugar.
Specialise in like making really healthy, tasty granola. They're going to be providing lots of granola for the retreat. So really thrilled about that.
We have won so many. We are so grateful. We never take this for granted, and this isn't coming from an ego place at all. Over the 10 years, we have been in all the luxury press across the world, New York Times even, and we've won multiple awards. So this is our thing. This is our baby, as well as the Midlife Mentors. This is what we love to do. We love to give our energy, our experience, our support, our love, our passion to you in person and meet you in person. So it's been a long time coming.
Definitely has. Now, one of the things we'll be teaching on the retreat, coaching people through, is the importance of establishing routine in general, but morning routine in particular. And this has been a game changer for so many clients. And actually, before we get into this, I just want to, I haven't said to Claire I'm going to do this. It's just come to me.
Oh, no.
We've literally, just as we sat down to this podcast, one of our clients has messaged us basically saying she can't believe how much her life has changed since she started this journey.
It's coming up to the year.
Yeah, coming up to a year mark since she started the journey with us, and she wants to do something special to celebrate. But it's just obviously a bit emotional, really touching for us for her to be saying like how much it's impacted her life in so many positive ways. So
she wants to be able to share her story to the wider world. So I just need to go back to her. So I know you will be listening to this podcast. We've literally just read your email, gorgeous lady.
You'll know who you are.
You know who you are, and it's a big yes from us. Sharing her story about how much her life has changed. In every way since working with us, starting her journey last year.
And where I was going with that is where one of the things we work on with clients, and I'm sure this lady would agree that this is one of the big components, is this morning routine thing of grounding yourself for the day ahead, making sure that you're looking inwards rather than outwards first thing. Making sure you're allowing yourself to feel present in the moment. All these things that we kind of like think we know we maybe should do, but we never seem to find the time, or it just seems a bit of a faff. But actually, when we start practicing them consistently over time, we realise what an absolute game changer they are.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to set the scene. If you are one of these people that wakes up, the alarm goes off, just picture this, the alarm goes off, oh no, I'm shattered, I haven't had any sleep, but turn it off, snooze, goes off again, snooze, goes off again, snooze. I was one of these people, like 100%. James has never really been one of these people. It's really annoying. Snooze. And then all of a sudden you're up and out. You realise you've got half the time you intended. You're flying around. You're trying to probably get the kids ready, yourself ready. You know, I know lockdown has kind of helped with this, but like you're running and skidding into every single element of your morning. And guess what? When you go into the day with that energy, it perpetuates and it literally fills your whole day. You are strung out right from the beginning, and that's the energy you create first off.
Yeah, I was going to say, listen, one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself that doesn't really cost you anything is time to do this. All it's costing you is time, but we're talking like 5 to 10 minutes in the morning. Some clients that we work with more intensely, we get them to like schedule half-hour breaks in the day where they turn off all devices and things, because this thing is so easy to, and I use the word easy in inverted commas there because we all know how hard it is to switch off, which is exactly the reason we should be doing it. But this is a gift you can give yourself each morning, 10 minutes, and it's such a powerful gift to give yourself in terms of changing your outlook. I
mean, it's not just about you. It is not just about you. Imagine what it's like to be around your frenetic energy when you're just strung out constantly. You know you're not your best for your partner, your children, your work, your environment, your colleagues, anyone you interact with, because you're on the back foot constantly. So, I just we want you to imagine what it would be like to be able to be fully present going into your day, going into it, really feeling in control. Because that's the thing, when you're like that, you're completely out of control, and that touches on every element of your life. So actually just making sure that you are doing this, you are giving yourself permission to prioritise this in the morning will change your life. It will change your life. If no one's heard of A Miracle Morning as well, it's a great book. You should get it. But what we're going to tell you on this podcast is some of the elements that we use with our clients. But honestly, it will change your life.
It's really interesting. I think it was widely reported, but I think a few years ago, like a top American general came out. He said like the key indicator for success was making your bed in the morning. So it's not just the act of making a bed. It's like showing your intention that you are up and you have this routine you go through to get yourself ready for the day, and you're prepared.
Yeah, and I think it creates that sense of like that control is so important. That word, it's taking back control of your day, of your life. It creates a sense of comfort, a sense of knowing, of direction, of knowing what's happening, where you're going, and that does move into the rest of your day. It also like tells the universe from a spiritual perspective. I feel like it tells the universe, I am here and I am prioritizing myself, and I know how important this is. You start the day so much calmer.
Let's look at it from a psychological perspective. We've touched and talked about this before, but as human beings, we have this inbuilt need for a perceived feeling of certainty. We like to think that we're in control, that things are pretty much certain in our lives. That if I do X, Y will happen, or if I do X and Y, Z will be the result. So we crave this kind of certainty. This is why we make plans. This is why we make routines. When we are in a time of more uncertainty, and if we look at the world now, for sure that is the case, we can become quite anxious. So lots of feelings of like underlying anxiety can be down pretty much to feeling unsure, uncertain, ungrounded. So then one of the best things we can do is deliver ourselves and create for ourselves those feelings of perceived certainty. Now I say perceived certainty because of course the greatest lesson we can all learn is that nothing in life is certain. We should learn to embrace uncertainty, but our subconscious will freak out at that concept. So what we can do is, look at the aspects of things that you're not in control of in your life. We don't really have any control over, what new restrictions come in, what all these kind of things. What we can control is like, how do I get up in the morning? What are the first things I do? How do I want to start my day? How do I want to address my mindset? These are the micro things that over time will give us those feelings of security that as human beings that we feel we need. Absolutely.
And the reason we do this in the morning is because, again, we see this all the time. And I know, like neither of James and I are definitely not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. Perfect's boring. But like we get this wrong sometimes. There's times in our lives when we might be travelling or whatever, and we do kind of let the morning ritual, the morning routine slide. I mean, I can really feel it in my own sense of self and my sense of connection when I do that. But the reason it is so powerful to do this in the morning is because just as we've woken, before we become completely conscious, there's a state called the theta state. And it's when your brain is primed to take on new information and to be rewired. And it's a really, really important time not to give your power away. There is so much now vying for our attention. So much. Look at me, do this. There is, it's all in the palm of our hand in a phone. It's all vying for our attention, and the only person that is going to be able to control what you do is you. So you have to, if you want to feel better, if you want to live a more peaceful, fulfilling life, you have to make it so. So by doing this and not getting up and giving your power away to outside sources, outside noise, you will dramatically change your life. So there's the reasons for doing it. And I think what we always do is try, unless James wants to add anything there, I mean, what we always try and do is give some strategies, not woo-woo, not all pie in the sky. These are like actual things that you can do over time, consistently, that will start to change the way you show up every day. So we're going to give you 5 strategies.
I love these.
That we use. And here's the thing. We don't use these every morning. We don't use these in a certain succession. We don't get really, really, I suppose, controlling about that. It's whatever kind of feels good. And I would say I get quite bored. So I do switch it up between these 5 strategies, I would say. These 5 strategies, because that's another level of pressure we put on ourselves. Oh, I've got to get up. And I've got to do it exactly in this way. I've got to do it exactly. Oh, it doesn't feel right. Why aren't I feeling right? Why aren't I feeling it? All this inner critic stuff comes up. I know, because I've done it in the past. You just have a selection of tools in your toolkit, and you just go to the ones that feel right and whatever fit in the time that you've got.
Exactly that. Having the toolkit to fall back on. So we're going to run you through
5
great ones now that, as Claire said, you can use interchangeably.
I love this one.
Number 1 is the future self letter. So there are 2 ways you can use this, actually. The first one is to write your future self, write a letter from your future self. Sorry. So imagine your goals, your achievements, like maybe a year ahead, 2 years ahead. Well, I wouldn't go too far ahead, but the person that is you in the future is writing a letter back to your present self, telling you what you've achieved and why they're so thankful to you for having helped you achieve that. Makes sense. So it'd be something like, thank you for not giving up on going to the gym, for working on
my morning
rituals, working on that book you always said you were going to write. Look, you've now got a publishing deal. So you imagine yourself in the future writing a letter of thanks and gratitude back to your present now.
And
it's
obviously
like a gift from the future.
It is. It's a gift. It's a gift from the future.
And you can either write that as an exercise, or once you've got it, you can just keep going back and reading it through.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not something you're going to want to do every single morning. That's not It's basically something that you might want to connect with, that you might write out, and then on a couple of mornings a week, go back to, read it, add to it, feel it. Because here's the thing: you have to have the connection to the emotion. Have to have the connection. If you're not, just put it away and read it the next day. Again, please take the pressure off yourself. So that letter of gratitude from the future self to the present self leads us nicely on to, now this is something we ask clients to do every day. It's what we do every day. So it's
our go-to.
Yeah, gratitude. Okay, gratitude, an attitude of gratitude is the thing that will change your world the most. And actually, I've seen it in my own life. James has seen it in his life. We've seen it in all of our clients. Actually bringing yourself into the present and being grateful for what you have now, instead of looking outside yourself and like poking a pokey stick at things that you don't have and saying, I will only be happy then, I will only be happy then. It completely takes you out of the present moment and will never ever give you a sense of fulfillment and joy and peace in the moment. And the moment's all you ever have. So you've got to be grateful in this moment for what you have right now. And you have to feel it and you have to connect with it. So we say 3 things that you are grateful for. It can either be 3 things you're grateful for in your life, 3 things you're grateful for from the day before, a mix of all of it. But it's as long as you are taking yourself into your heart space, as long as you are saying thank you for what I now have, promise you will start noticing more. It will lift your mood, it will lift your spirit. And science has backed this up. Neuroscience has backed this up.
Absolutely.
Hasn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love gratitude. If you just don't have time to do anything else in the morning, do that.
Foster that attitude of gratitude.
Yeah, the energy that it gives out, the energy of gratitude will bring more opportunities, more possibilities to your life, and ground you in how lucky you really are. There is always something to be grateful for.
Tip 3 is actually, it's an app, and it's an app called Insight Timer. Now, this app is free. We've got no connection with it, by the way.
Yeah, we haven't got anything.
It's a totally free app, and basically it's an amazing tool. It's hundreds, if not thousands, of guided meditations from all different teachers around the world. I believe you can upgrade to a premium one, and then you can follow courses and stuff like that. But even the free basic version, you can search by the kind of meditation you want, whether that's I want to sleep for one for night, I want to stress reducing, I want to feel confident. And you can do by time as well. So we've got everything from 5 minutes through to hours on end. So that's a really nice one. Some mornings just get up and be like, right, I'm just going to listen to
a 5-minute
power and courage for the day 5-minute. It's worth just getting in there, playing around, listen. Some are great. It's like Marmite meditation, isn't it? Some you'll love, some you'll hate. Find the ones that work for you. You can save them as favourites and go back to them. But it's another way to kind of ground yourself and centre as you start the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I love my Insight Timer. And actually what I do is plan which one I'm going to listen to the night before, because I'm a planner. So I don't get up and waste time in the morning. That's the thing. One tip for you, friends out there, is don't just wake up in the morning and go, oh, because then you're going to take yourself out of that calm space anyway, getting stressed about the fact that the clock's running away with you and you haven't decided what meditation to do. So plan it the night before, even if it's a 5-minute thing. Number 4 is set the intention and priority for the day. Again, there are so many things vying for your attention. The thing that precedes that is asking yourself, what is important to me? What is important to me? And what is important to me today? Because that changes, right? Some things will come in that might be, overrule all the other priorities. But actually knowing what your values are, knowing what you want from life, and then drilling it down and saying, okay, what today is my biggest intention, my biggest priority? Is it to take my mum to hospital, for example? Is it to take my children here and there? If it is, that's fine. Is it to work on that book? Is it to... Because actually, if you don't set a priority for yourself, if you don't prioritise the things in your life, other people will prioritise things for you.
So true.
They'll just come in and sideline you. You have to know where you're going, what's important to you, because otherwise you're going to turn around in another year, in another 2 years and go, I haven't done the things that were really important to me. Because there's always going to be other things floating around you that are drawing you away from what you really want. So it's really important every morning to sit there and go, okay, what do I want? What's important to me? And what is important today? My main priority, because I can't do everything. Otherwise, I'm going to do burnout. And that's not what we want.
Tip 5 is affirmation.
Affirmations.
One of our favourites, just grab a bit of paper, set a timer for 2 minutes, and the old I am. So you just write I am and all the things that you would like to be for the day. I am energised, I am confident, I am feeling vitalised. You just keep writing until the 2 minutes is up, and then just sit there and read it back to yourself. Yeah,
sometimes it's quite nice if you do this with a partner. I know not many of you might have this, but actually people do this with their children. It's amazing. The gratitude our clients do,
with their kids,
gratitude and
really
affirmations with their children, because they're then hardwiring their children to look for the good and the great and the thankful. And actually all these things can be done with your children, no matter what age they are. But an affirmation, do it with someone and then read it out. And actually saying it out loud and hearing yourself say it really cements it in your, like, it's rewiring your brain. One of the things that I always say, especially right now in the world we're in, is I am safe. I am safe and I am enough. Because fundamentally, most of our trauma and our issues honestly stem from the fundamental feeling, belief that we are not enough and that we're not safe. So, especially right now, I am safe, I am enough. I am safe, I am enough. And that intention, keep saying it all throughout the day. When you remember, that's your affirmation for the day. Keep saying it, keep saying it, keep saying it. Because, again, neuroscience says this hardwires your brain. It shuts out the inner critic that's going da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, all those negative things. And you are overriding it with compassionate language, compassionate thoughts, love for yourself. And this is why, overall, this morning routine is essential for happiness.
I'm going to drop a caveat in here, team, and that is as often fed back to us, and in our own experience as well. One of the things we're doing this kind of mindset work is it's very hard to know or feel how much it's working or not. If we were to suddenly start working out 3 times a week for 4 weeks and eating really healthily, we can feel and see the difference like 4 weeks in. With the mindset stuff, it's a lot harder to know, but you just have to trust the process. And what clients always say to us is like, I just didn't know if it was working. I've just been doing it, and then suddenly I realised I was in emotionally a completely different space, or I had this event, this trigger, and I responded in a completely different way to my normal patterns. And that is when you know that is changing and embedding in and making a difference.
Well, it's awareness.
So
it's so beautiful.
Just stick with it.
It's such a beautiful thing to say because it's
Consistency.
Awareness, understand yourself, sitting with yourself, becoming aware of yourself, grounding yourself, just sitting in stillness sometimes from the frenetic noise that's going on, pulling us all in different directions, grounding yourself and actually having that awareness is the beginning, and then realising that you react to certain situations in a different way. That is power. That is life-changing. That is you are directing the course of your life then consciously.
Now, if anyone is still on the fence after that, what I'd say to you is this: these would take you 5 minutes in the morning, right? So could you give yourself 5 minutes a day for the next 30 days, suspend your disbelief, your judgment, just do it.
Yes, please.
Because at the end of the day, if you feel like, oh, you know what, that wasn't for me, you've lost 5 minutes a day for 30 days, which is nothing in the scheme of your life. So
you spend that on social media. Don't tell us you don't have time. Don't tell us you do not have time.
Just do it. Just try it. And
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We'd love you to let us know how you're feeling after doing this consistently for a period of time.
Email us at at themidlifementors.com. We want you to take this, whenever you're listening to this, take 30 days, get a journal and start doing this stuff and let us know. Because it works, we know it works, but we love to hear your stories and connect with you.
We do.
So if you want to know more about our retreat that we were talking about earlier on in the podcast, just go to our website.
38degreesnorth.com, and we'll put the link in the show notes as well.
Yeah, it's also on the Midlife Mentors.
It is on the Midlife Mentors as well. The Country Reset Retreat.
I was like, James, why are you giving 30?
The Midlife Mentors.
Yeah, it's more confusing. Go to the midlifementors.com and you'll see Country Reset Retreat. Just go in there, you can pick your room and you can read loads more about it.
We've got tree houses, we've got shepherd's huts.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. We're just going to have an amazing, amazing time. We've got fire pits outside that we can sit round.
Last night barbecue.
It's just going to be amazing with just, the people that are already on it are just stunningly wonderful individuals. And we hope you can join us. We are sending you so much love. Don't forget, 30 days. Let us know how you get on. And you guys take care.
Take care.
Mwah.
Yeah.
You've been listening to the Midlife Mentors with Claire and James Davis.
We'd love to hear from you. So drop us a line at info@themidlifementors.com with any questions or topic suggestions.
And make sure you join us on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can find us under the Midlife Mentors.
Yeah.